Burger posting. Hello, Skyro. Welcome, welcome. Let me see. Hello, hello. How you guys doing? I hope your weekend went well. I'm too fast for AniLive. I like before it realizes I've joined. Yes. You come in with the quickness. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. Anything interesting happened this weekend? Hello, Blinkato. Hi, hi. How you doing? How you doing? How was your weekend? I'm doing great. That's good. I started playing the new Genshin DLC. Oh? What's that? Oh. Elden Ring. And you? Oh, it was good. Thank you for asking. I'm doing good. DLC? Yes, it's about this DLC. Genshin's on my mind. My bad. You're okay. What AR are you at? I think I'm at AR 50 something, or maybe 40 something, maybe close to 50. I kind of forgot. But yeah. Alrighty. Hello, Lily, my fellow bug friend, bro. I'm AR-56. Hey, that's what's up. I'm waiting for the day I can get to AR-56. I think for sure I'm at AR-48 or something like that. But yeah, how you doing, Lily? No bugs have attacked you recently, right? Right? Oh boy. Good. No bugs, thank God. How are you? Oh, I'm good. I'm better. Last night was definitely something. My room is spick and span now. Nothing to be seen on the floor. Not even, absolutely nothing. I was not about to have that happen again. I was terrified, bro. I could not calm down for like a good 2 hours. But, I'll be reading about maybe 2 or 3 stories today, depending on how long they are, because I found a couple that I wanted to read tonight. So, yeah. Is that the one and only? Hello, Kyohei! Hi, hi! How you doing? I was just about to get started with the bedtime story. Hopefully no bugs attack you. Yeah. I hope so. I kind of deep cleaned, not deep clean, not like scrub the walls deep clean, which I probably should have done, but I cleaned my room last night, so I hope no bugs come in here, bro. Alright. This first story I'll be reading is called Eclipse. by Kaito Ikari on blog.readz.com. He should have known that happiness wasn't in his cards. Whenever it finds its way to him, it is ripped away, figuratively and literally. I pray no bugs go near you and me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. The knight who gave him his name laid on the grass, just like how he and she used to do. The green mixed with the red still seeped from her armor, barely visible in the midnight rain. Her eyes were dim, a far cry from the sun they once were. He breathed heavily, his hands still on her wounds. He knew she was gone, but if he stopped, he didn't know what would happen to him. His back was turned to the moon, the orb at fault for all of this, the curse that brought upon the beast that attacked them. My love, his voice hoarse and dry, finally spoke the words he never dared to say. Tears or rain falling onto his face, framed by golden hair. I couldn't save you. The beast was too strong, and even he couldn't hold it back. After all the training with her, all the time she reassured him that if it came back, he would be strong enough to beat it. He failed. He was a failure. He couldn't do it. It killed her. It killed her. His failure killed her. What would her brothers say? They were right to distrust him after all. Right to say that he could never protect her. Voices. He could hear voices. The twins. If they saw their sister there, they would blame him. They would be right to do so. The claws and marks on her broken and battered body told their story. The fact he was alive told its story. He had to leave her, flee to the woods, and start anew. How was he supposed to find his way without her? Before he knew it, his gaze found hers again. The rain on her cheeks mimicking the tears he could never understand. Why would anyone cry for him? Why would anyone care for him? A mere peasant found on the streets. A shadow of a man. The voices grew louder. He shut his eyes. Let them capture him. Let them put him on trial. Let him be executed. That way he could never fail to protect anyone again, especially from the beast of the woods. He looked down at himself, slashes and blows, shallow cuts into his skin. Of course, she died. Not him. It should have been him. If he had been stronger, she would have lived. He would have died, as it always should have been. His mind wandered into the twins' reaction to find their sister. His hair stood on end. It wasn't due to the cold plaguing the night. Oops, I read that wrong. Sorry. My knight, my son. How funny words could be. He strained to force himself up, but just like before, she lost her sight. He couldn't control his body. He couldn't move. He was weak. He always had been. Get up and fight another day, dear. Those had always been her words, an easy order to follow. But why did they ring so hollow now? If he didn't get up, he would be incarcerated or killed, which she wouldn't have wanted. She'd want him to live on, but if he lived on, especially without her, there was no future. Please don't think that way. There's always a future for you, for everyone. He swallowed. Were those words fabricated of her or her spirit? He didn't know. Insanity was no stranger to him. Let me go. Gone were his plans from the freezing body of his son. He slowly retreated back into the woods, eyes not leaving her, step quickening at the same pace as those from the twins, and when he heard their howls, he collapsed. I'm sorry. He was undeserving of the name she had given him. Her gift was in vain. He scrambled for the necklace, almost finding it lost among the freezing cold on his chest. Relief flooded him when he finally found the piece of metal, yanked it away, and threw it on the ground, where it was shattered. Moon. Oh, that's what a piece said. How funny. He stood up, trampling on the item with such ferocity, whatever, that it cut into his soles. Red poured from him, so much more than during the battle, less than he deserved, less than should have been. He panted, the necklace broken into a million pieces, its other half still intact. He knew what world awaited him, but he didn't dare pick it up. He knew that if he did, he wouldn't be able to control himself. He couldn't, not again. He knew that if he did, then not even the greatest guards could be protected. Not even the most mighty of warriors would survive, and yet, his heart had shattered with the pieces of her gift. It would have been the only thing keeping him together, so maybe, just maybe, if he looked upon that half again, he could be whole. He could be with her and her gift again. What foolish hope. And yet, the cold metal was barely noticeable in the rain. He paused, the blank material staring up at him. One single motion was enough. He spiraled, he fell. His sun, his night, had given him his name, yet he often found himself forgetful of it, undeserving. And now, he stared down upon it. He knew why. He truly was undeserving of it. He was not the only foolish one. Something erupted from his throat. Laughter. A sound he thought himself unable to produce. His sensitive ears picked up the voices behind the trees, filled with anger and wrath and grief, shouting that grew louder and closer. Let them. Perhaps they stood a chance. No, what was the point anymore? The only person able to control it was gone. Moonless rose, vision blurry, claws digging into the dirt. The rain had stopped. He snorted, staring up at the clear sky. The moon, full moon, stood tall and bright. Moonless howled, Moonless cried. The end. Dang. So this dude then let his girl get killed by some forest beast. And now he's feeling guilty and going insane. That's wild. Okay, this next one is called Rain Dreamer Writes About the Visitors from the Afterlife by Christy Gott on blogzy.com. Hello Nate, hello, welcome. Hi. How you doing? Oh, you're camping right now? How do you still have the service? What? That's crazy. I don't know. I hope you're having fun. Alright. Journal entry. My growing puppy. Coo's Bay Bear smiles at me. His white teeth are gleaming and light shines from his eyes, framed by his midnight fur. His tail waves and I smile back at him. Coos makes every day playful and joyful. The air of a light breeze feels cold on my skin. We are hiking in the rainforest wilderness next to a smooth lake at the foot of the steep mountains. The light wind bears fragrances of salty sea air and fire boughs. A stream bubbles and laughs over smooth river rocks. The afternoon light is turning golden. Boop! Hi, Nika-sama! This week is the anniversary of my wedding to my forever soulmate, Frank. He was called to the afterlife many years ago when he got cancer. Now, years later, his eternal spirit still wanders the emerald trails underneath the tree canopies, shines in the sunlight shimmering over the sea, and lives in the depths of my soul. I picture Frank in a vision that drifts over the lake, where I'm sitting with my dog. Morning sun rays slant through the towering fir tree forest. Beyond the trees are sand dunes and the misty waves of the sea. Coo's Bay Bear, my loving four-legged partner with his wagging tail, senses my yearnings and longings. He snuggles up, leans against me. His shadow-toned fur feels so soft. He licks my face with light touches. In the mirror of the lake's waters, like a dream, I see the reflections of my loved ones who have gone to the afterlife. My soulmate Frank has been gone from this world for a while. My tiny dog, Breezy, left recently, and she's with Frank now. My imagination begins to create a story about a visit from them, bridging the space between the physical world and the eternal afterlife. The muses of the forest spirits are sending poetry, myths, and visions inspiring me today. New ideas for the story are emerging in my mind. I imagine a mystical storyteller, whom I will call Rain Moon Dreamer, who writes in the mythic and poetic style. Oops. Hi, welcome, walking bear. Oof. She too lives in the breathtakingly beautiful world of rainforest wilderness on the coast, with her dog who seems to have supernatural powers. In the drifting fog of the wet green forests, Rain Moon Dreamer is the one with the wilderness and wildlife. She is friends with the black bears, cougars, coyotes, deer, eagles, sea lions, and whales migrating past in the ocean. Silently, Rain Moon Dreamer pads along the trails in the dense, moist emerald forest with her midnight-colored dog far away from the rest of the world. When the full moon is snagged by the fir bow canopy and a light rain falls on the forest, she is sheltered by trees. Fresh new dreams are released, energies are renewed, and she creates new myths and poetry. Day by day, she treks with her dog, Coo's Bay Bear, across the beaches and dunes, past the volcanic cave and the sea cliffs, up mountains and through valleys. Rain Moon Dreamer listens to the calls of the birds, the wild doves cooing, and to the whispers of the tall fir trees, learning secrets about an unseen world unknown to most others. Slowly, a sense of comfort enfolds her and griefs float away like the salt air mist. A fantasy story full of symbolism, metaphors, healing, and I can't English right now. Begins to emerge. I'm so sorry. It flows like a river, helping to soften the feelings. I begin writing down Rain Moon Dreamer's story, and it comes to me in waves like the ocean. It feels like a healing meditation, smoothing the rough spots of grief and leading to a new awakening. Rain Moon Dreamer writes about visitors from the afterlife. My mystical dog, Kuzbe Bear, and I followed her curiosity into the labyrinths of a cave in the cliffs by the ocean. It reminded me of the labyrinths and depths of my mind. We wound our way around the curving stone walls. A faint light was shining in the distance. There was a shape near some logs where orange embers and low flames lit the cave. Walking closer, we came upon a glowing, hooded figure with a hidden face, sitting by a small fire. The figure beckoned us with a wave of one arm and picked up a long piece of driftwood, then dipped it into the fire to make a torch. I did the same, and the figure nodded, and then moved away to go deeper into the cave. With the torchlights flickering on the stone walls and ceiling, and shadows dancing there around us, my dog and I followed the hooded figure. At first, I was hesitant, but feeling the reassuring nudge of my mystical dog, I went on. The darkness and depth of the cave seemed to echo my feelings of grief after the losses of my loved ones. Deeper, deeper, and deeper on down we went into the cave, following the glowing figure of the hooded being. A faint light shined around a bend in the cave where the ceiling rose like a dome, and I could see more shapes emerge. My heart leaped and fluttered. Was I dreaming? Could it be? There, ahead of us, the blurry, transparent figures of my small dog and my soulmate from the afterlife wavered in the shadows of the cave. Colorful rays of light streamed over them, beamed in from openings in the cave ceiling's creases, and led us to the sky. And led to the sky, my bad. The human figure shape of my soulmate, Frank, picked up the little dog, my Breezy, who snuggled in the figure's arms and pressed her head against the human's glowing translucent body. The figures were made of moving light that flowered with many soft colors. I could still see the rocks of the cave's walls through them. I heard a musical hum like ripples of water swirling in a tide pool. When I looked at my hands, arms, and legs, I could see I was showing illuminated soft colors. I was showing as illuminated soft colors that were transparent. Oof. Kuzbe Bear, my mystical creature, his nose resting in the palm of my hand, was a luminescent silhouette too. The soul-to-soul language of the heart flowed from the two radiant beings to Kuzbe Bear and me. The figures pulsed with light. The cloak and hood of the small hushed figure was like a thin veil of particles with spaces between them, allowing vision through it. The face was hidden by the drooping hood. The cavern in the cave was lit brightly now. Like liquid flowing, the image of my little dog floated over and nestled against my shoulder. A transparent light of her silhouette floating here. My beloved soulmate silhouette merged with mine. His arms wrapped around me, and we were one again. Such joy and love, together again. My torn heart peacefully healed for a moment. Everyone in the cave was enveloped in one cloud of light. Kuzbe Bear's bright form leaped gently up to nuzzle and snuggle with us. We had bridged the physical and spiritual realms. Eternity spread in front of us with beauty, harmony, and joy. I saw infinity with my senses, light going on forever. The cave around us darkened, but there was a radiance coming from far away in the distance. More messages of knowing flowed through the psychic communication. Everything is interconnected. The all-embracing spirit is everywhere, in everything. The message was infused with energy and love that filled us. Slowly, the shining silhouettes faded. The cave was in shadows, except for some beams of the light coming in farther away. I could still see a faint shimmer around Kuzbe Bear. The dust from the stars, the presence of those from beyond, was sprinkled within now, sparkling even in the dark depths. A song from them echoed like wind in the grasses. I'm here, always. The glowing hooded form began to move, and we followed. Kuz rubbed against my leg, and I reached over to rub his ears and neck. His eyes were like coal embers burning into mine. I knew we were still suspended in the world between Earth and the afterlife. Images like a fantasy dream floated through my mind. My soulmate, Frank's gentle deer eyes. His voice, a song of water caressing a beach. His touch, skin to skin. A breeze stroking the leaves and grasses. Feelings, crossing time, space. Petting a wild skunk in the forest. Rescuing animals. Talking to them with his eyes and mind, knowing their stories. An empath and a healer, bringing the sky's blue soothing light to transform the darkness. His aura like dawn light in colors, a soul from dimensions beyond dimensions, floating like wisps of sea vapor through the fir trees. Even with the body, bright vibration like dawn's mist rising from the lake on a cool morning. Scent for a reason. Life was a moving river. When Frank got cancer, the afterlife asked him to come home to the spiritual world. Now, like an Obi-Wan Kenobi, Frank was in the beyond, but we continued to be connected. We were together, still, across time and space. And he was with my precious little dog, Breezy. She had the dancing legs, her dark silhouette, her white tipped tail waving with joy. Her eyes locking onto mine, speaking from their depths, that tiny body squirming to curl around me. Breezy's magic, still reaching me through veils of the beyond. Bringing wisdom from the beyond and to enlighten. Mine is a young soul, needing experience and seasoning, following a deep labyrinth of paths, seeking. I was still with Kuzbe Bear in the Hello, welcome. And thank you for the gift. Oh, thank you. And thank you for the likes. Thank you. I was still with Kuzbe Bear in the subterranean trails of a cave, where I was alive with the flickering shadows. The hooded figure began to sing, words unknown to me, echoing through the caverns, a voice like bells, or birds singing in the morning, songs echoing through the caves. We walked for a long time, darkness and light, moving, the cave and the torch, spirals of time spinning by, moonlight and stars floating on the midnight lake near my house, stony forms of stylus. What are these words, bro? stony forms of something. I'm so sorry. Hung from the ceiling of the cave. Soft rustles of air whispered deeper and deeper into the labyrinth of the cave. The walls now showing crystals, agates, stones, catching the light, reflections wavering. Dancing lights, spiraling shapes, a dark universe with stars. Then, softly colorful rays of light beamed into the cavern through distant openings in the roof of it. The fresh air from somewhere smelled like salty ocean waves and Douglas firs, a perfume like no other. The luminosity of the cave sides grew stronger. Rays of light slanted in from narrow openings in the ceiling. Sounds grew in the silence. Ocean waves breaking and flowing. A pinprick of light ahead, framed by the cave walls and ceiling. I could see sand, sea, and the sky. It was sunset. Orange brushstrokes painted the ocean as it reflected the sun going down. We reached the cave opening and stepped out. We reached the cave opening and stepped out into a beach in a world I had never seen before. The sand was many soft colors. A multicolored toned light transformed the cliffs surrounded by a cove. Douglas firs with multiple muted shades of color grew on mountains that reached the beach. The ocean shimmered with multiple colors. Coos Bay Bear ran to the ocean and began playing in the surf. I went over to the tide pools, took my shoes off, and waded into the water. The waves swirled into a larger tide pool that held still water. I looked and was surprised to see myself reflected there. I looked different. My hair was soft pastels. It was a metamorphosis I liked. A creek joined up with the ocean at the south end of the beach. The hooded figure beckoned, standing by the stream that joined the ocean. We saw a group of kayaks sitting amid the rocks, reeds, grass, and water lilies. The figure pushed a kayak into the stream, picked up a paddle, and perched on a seat cushioned with fir needles. I saw the figure pointing to another long, slender vessel. I slid it into the water. I sat lightly on the stream. Coos Bay Bear and I got onto the vessel, and I swept the paddle through the water. The tide was coming in now. We were swept along with the current like leaves floating. Wilderness surrounded us on both sides. I knew my wild animal friends were there too. Ahead came the sounds of rushing water. Get ready, a thought whispered through to me from the hooded figure, for the wild rapids. Coos Bay Bear looked at me with calm, thoughtful eyes, unfazed. After all the experiences we had shared, I knew we would be alright, no matter what happened. Ready, Coos? I said. A soft nose brushed my neck, and he gave the side of my face a kiss. I knew we were multi-dimensional beings now, living with the freedom of spirits unbound. We flowed with the river current, listening to the water bubbling and smelling the salty forest air. The end. Yippee! So, I'm guessing this lady was camping, and then she wrote a story about her and her dog going to meet her her past loved ones. stream is almost over. I would like to remind everyone that the person who gives the most gets to choose the outro song for today's stream. But here's one of the, I guess, a lullaby-like songs I'll be singing today. I keep missing it. Oops. Flower gleam and glow, let your power shine. Make the clock reverse, bring back what once was mine. Sail what has been heard, change the fate's design. Save what has been lost, bring back what once was mine. What once was mine. Tee. Yippee. Alright, I think we have enough time for one more story. I believe we do. No, did I tell you to start playing? Be quiet. But it's like in this, you sounded so good. Oh, thank you, Lily. What are you guys thinking of the story so far? How come almost every fantasy story has to have a like some type of saddening or bittersweet vibe? I love the stories. A lot are sad. Oh, thank you, so sweet voice. Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for the gifts, Lily. Thank you. Hi, welcome, Autumn Fox. Nice to see you again. How you doing? To emotionally manipulate the reader makes it more impactful and memorable. Yeah, but like, you can manipulate the reader with love and happiness too. Doing good, just got home from work. Ooh, you ready to relax? Chillax. I have enough time for, I think, one more story, so 100%. Oh, you came to the right stream tonight, buddy. People just like to be sad, though. Come on, we all had that. You know, I'm not gonna comment on that, but yes, I do know what you're saying. Yes, you know, I totally don't relate to that. I don't think it's that people like to be sad, but I feel like majority just has been used to being sad and are used to like pain and suffering, so yeah. This next story I'll be reading is called Garden of the Fae by Pietro Vaccari on blogs.ritzy.com. Amelia, that's true. It could just be relatable. I think sometimes it's nice to be sad though, as long as it's something you can get past. Letting yourself get emotional is refreshing. Yeah, that's true too. I don't know. I don't always want my bedtime story streams to be sad. And every time I think I find a story that's not going to be sad, it ends up being either sad or bittersweet. And yeah, that's what I was saying. Amelia tarried at the threshold of the grand. Her tresses of golden hue gently tousled by the wind, as her emerald eyes took in the grandeur that's not for forced upon her to covet. It's funny to think all the stories I remember are happy, and now I can't find one that ends with happily ever after. Yeah, I know. Me too. Candlelight basked the ballroom in a warm glow, reflecting off the jewels and fine fabrics that adorned the affluent. The ballroom itself, a whirl of colors and laughter, seemed like a scene plucked from a fairy tale. Yet, as she stepped into the throng, her heels clicking softly against polished marble, the air felt stifling, heavy with the scent of beeswax and the heat of too many bodies confined in too small of quarters. Her hands, clad in silk, clasped one another in silent concern. The orchestra's lively music served naught but a relentless command to serve. Maidens, in their youthful bloom, were paraded before eligible black bachelors, as if they were nothing but prized livestock, their worth appraised by the grace of their steps and the cut of their gowns. Smiles were rehearsed, the conversation scripted, a fast, tedious dance of social graces where the slightest falter could herald one's downfall. In this, Amelia found herself indistinguishable from her peers. She numbly moved through the prescribed motions, her sways but a mechanical mimicry of true dancing. Her corset bit into her flesh with each breath drawn, a relentless reminder of what her worth had been reduced to. The gentlemen who sought her hand were not but strangers, their polite masks hiding covetous gazes that lingered too long, and smiles that bore on the edge of malice. She forced a smile. Compose thyself, dear Amelia, she thought to herself. Assimilate gracefully and conclude the affair post-haste. What? Be rid of this business. Amelia endeavored to blend into the grazier of the... What word is that? I have no clue. But her efforts were in vain. I guess blend into the crowd, whatever. But her efforts were in vain as she fell under the scrutiny of the infamous Lord Whitmore, a man whose wealth was only surpassed by his notoriety. His approach was swift, a predator parting the sea of people with a practiced ease. Amelia's spirits plummeted. She had heart-whispered tales of his ungentlemanly pursuits. Oh no. Miss Amelia, your beauty outshines the brightest star tonight, Lord Whitmore crooned, his voice a velvet trap. His words, though outwardly harmless, dripped with pure possession. Amelia offered a tight-lipped smile, the kind expected of her, but her eyes darted for an escape. Why, my dear sir, you flatter me. Truly a vision of ivory and gold, he continued, his voice smooth as silk, yet Amelia could sense the underlying hunger in his words. Tell me, does this knight find you well? The inquiry was but a mere courtesy, and Amelia recognized it as such. Her reply was equally formal. Good evening, Lord Whitmore. The night is as pleasant as one could hope for. Thank you. His smile broadened, his advanced years betrayed by the scent of rotting teeth. I must confess, the splendor of this evening pales in comparison to your radiance. Surely I am not alone in this sentiment. Amelia's insides coiled in discomfort. You are too kind, my lord. The gala is indeed a splendid affair. Splendid, yes, but also quite stifling, don't you think? Hello, Mikan the Meek. Welcome. I'm just reading a little story about a girl and a ball at the moment. But yes, welcome. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Lord Whitmore pressed on, leaning in closer than proprietary allowed. The putrid scent of death and decay nearly suffocated her. A young lady like yourself must feel caged, no? Her indignation simmered just beneath her composed exterior. His mock sympathy for the societal shackles that ensnared her was maddening. He might discern the invisible bars of her gilded of her gilded cage, yet he would remain ignorant of the bruises inflicted by its unyielding grasp. The torment of confinement, too narrow for repose, too short to sit. The agonies were beyond his ken. Amelia responded, in a hushed murmur, "It is our duty, is it not? Tradition can be cruel, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." He drew nearer still. She tensed, wary of provoking the elder gentleman. They were so close that her bosom brushed against the fabric of his suit. "Tell me, Miss Amelia, if you had the choice, would you not wish to fly free?" The question was a trap, and Amelia knew better than to step into it. Freedom is a luxury few can afford, my lord. But what if I told you I could offer you that luxury? His voice softened into a whisper. His gaze lingered upon her with this disquieting intensity. "My estates are vast, and my influence considerable." Her cheeks flushed with heat. Though surrounded by the luminous glow of the ballroom, no one paid them any mind. The lord, with his affluent position, was well within his right to corner her, to ensnare her. In the eyes of the ton, she, a woman, was not but an asset, the commodity, the economic proposal to be bartered with and sold. Amelia's pulse raced with the confines of her strays. "I am honored by your proposition, Lord Whitmore, yet she could bear this no more. I must excuse myself. The heat of the room has become quite unbearable." He reached for her hand, his touch presumptuous and unwelcome. She shivered and looked away. "Then allow me to escort you to the gardens, where a conversation can be more intimate." Bruh, this dude, I can't. With a swift motion, she drew her hand, the very notion of decorum forsaken. "Your offer is most kind, sir, but I prefer solitude in moments such as these." A touch of irritation flickered across Lord Whitmore's features. A moment of silence ensued. Then another. Finally, "As it pleases you, Miss Amelia, but do remember, opportunities such as the one I have offer seldom come often." The mellow bra interjection are hilarious in these stories. Nah, cause homeboy over here trying to catch a case. If this happened nowadays, bro, oh man, homeboy would have been jumped the scrutinizing gazes. Hi, Stubcast, welcome. Oh my gosh. Here, absent were the scrutinizing gazes. The whispered voices dissecting her every move. Her fingers brushed along the hedges and topiaries. What? Lining the cobblestone path. Bro, doing these bedtime story streams are about to broaden my vocabulary. Her steps light, almost as if she were floating, humming softly to herself. An eerie lullaby from her youth. She passed by a fountain, and its water still. The roses that lined the path were in full bloom, their petals perfect and untouched, and yet their thorns, yes, their thorns were more pronounced in the moonlight, casting long shadows against the cracked stone. How strange. A statue of Aphrodite stood in the garden's heart, her marble form both alluring and foreboding. While gazing into her eyes, a cold breeze blew past, making Amelia shiver and wrap her arms around her midsection. Amelia's gown grazed the lavender and jasmine, releasing a heavy perfume that mingled with the earthy scent of moss-covered stones. She paused, closing her eyes, allowing the silence to envelop her. Yet the quiet was deceptive, broken only by the distant music from the gala, and the occasional hoot of an owl perched high in the cypress tree. As she proceeded, the path grew less distinct, the cobblestones concealed by ivy and wildflowers. The garden, once meticulously curated, now seemed abandoned to the whims of nature, reclaiming what was once its own. Hello, Skitchy, welcome. Ultimately, she arrived at the garden's edge. How you doing? Where the wilderness began. Here, the moonlight couldn't penetrate the thick canopy of leaves, and the air grew colder, heavier. In the distance, a glowworm blinked. She blinked back. Amelia's gaze lingered. The glow invoked memories of the fables her nursemaid once recounted. Stories of fae and spirits that frolicked in the woodlands, their lights leading lost travelers astray. With an indrawn breath, she ventured from the path into the wilderness. The undergrowth was dense, yet she pressed on. The boughs snaring her gown, and though the forest itself sought to hold her back, but Amelia was determined. Each step took her farther from the world she knew, a life of stringent expectations and stifling propriety. The thicket intensified, the sounds of the gala now a mere echo. The forest grew denser, the sound of the gala now fading into nothing. Amelia's heart raced. Before she knew it, she stumbled upon a clearing where the moon shone brightly, illuminating a small, serene lake. The water was like glass, reflecting the stars above. Amelia hesitantly approached the water's brink, her reflection staring back at her. The young woman staring back at her was a stranger, yet familiar. Her cheeks were flushed and her tresses, typically arranged in an intricate coiffure, I think that's how it's said, now tumbled in loose curls about her shoulders, framing her face with an untamed grace. Her gown, a confection of silk and lace, shimmered like the surface of the pool, its color shifting with the moon's phases. It was designed to be the pinnacle of fashion, to showcase statues and wealth, status and wealth. Ugh. But here, in the solitude of the garden, it was just a dress, beautiful in its simplicity. For an instant, Amelia was spellbound by her own likeness, seeing herself not as the lady of the season, but as a creature of the night, belonging to the forest itself. She leaned down, dipped her fingers into the cool water, the ripples distorting her image. Silently, subconsciously, she made a wish. In the ripples, her reflections began to blur, the edges wavering. The moonlight, once a gentle caress, now seemed to distort the image in a cruel manner. Her likeness's grin widened excessively, the corners of its mouth stretching unnaturally towards the ears and its eyes. Those portals to the soul enlarged, darkened, and became profoundly disconcerting. The air around her grew colder, the scent of the flowers turned sickly sweet, almost rotten. Her hand raised to her mouth in concern. Surely that wasn't what she looked like. As she stood petrified, the reflection's limbs, elongated and pallid, extended forth. They moved with a stilted, unnatural motion, as if manipulated by invisible, what even is that? Invisible marionettes. The digits, slender and arachnid-like, summoned Amelia nearer. In the ear she could respond. They erupted from the water's surface, the pool's face rippling as cold and otherworldly fingers clasped Amelia's necks with a vice-like grip. Oh my gosh. Dang, okay, this took a turn. I was not expecting this, bro. What the heck? Her breath hitched. A scream trapped in her lungs as she was forcefully drawn forward. Her arms frailed fruitlessly to find futile purchase in the air as the reflection pulled her closer to the water surface. With a splash, the frigid liquid enveloped her with the cold grasp of a tome. The icy tendrils of the water dragged her down, deeper and deeper. The obscurity was all-encompassing. There was naught but a glimpse of life. The water swallowed Amelia's last bubbles of air, leaving no trace of her passage. But those disturbed puddles atop the water's surface. Dang, okay, so she went to the back. These stories have trained me to expect crazy twists and turns. It's like they're all written by M. Night Shyamalan. I don't know who that is, but yeah, I know it's probably an author, but I don't read enough to know authors like that. Dang. Okay. That's... What? No, but like, because you hear the title and you're thinking, oh, this is gonna be a cute little fairy tale where the fae end up helping her or something. But nah, the fae then pulled her under the water and drowned her. What? Hello, welcome, Jiro. Hi. Thank you for the like. That's absolutely wild. What the heck, bro? That is crazy. He's a director or producer known for having one final twist in every movie, and sometimes it is so wild people wonder why he needs to do it. Oh, okay, so he's not an author. Dang. Did I just live under a rock? That's crazy. But let's see. Let's see who gifted the most. Ooh, Lily. I think, is everyone who's in stream here, like on AniLive? Because it won't show me your thing unless you're in the chat. Hello, Special Astro. Welcome, welcome. Cozy rock, though. Cozy rock. Yes, yes, a very cozy rock. His movies are legit 50-50. Whether it'll be good or ruined by his final twist. Dang. Okay. Lily, what song would you like me to sing for the outro song? Because you're the top gifter. Oh, wait. Let me see. Oh. Never mind, it's Skyro. I didn't know if he was still here or not. Oh, that reminds me. Oh my gosh. Stuffed Crust was like, nah. It's gonna be May. Oh, thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you, Stuffed Crust. Heart to you, heart to you. Much love, much love. Pink pen light, go. Pink pen light, go. Pink pen light, go. It's morning for me, but I decided to join anyways. Oh, hello, good morning. Nah, I just wanted to dump my points. Oh boy. I was about to say, I didn't come prepared. It's okay. Okay, well, Stuffed Crust, I guess it's you. I'm sorry, Skyro. What song would you like me to sing tonight for the outro song? I'm sorry, Sky. Oh, Sky can choose. Okay. Sky, it's your turn. You can choose. Stuffed Crust relinquished their thingy mabobber, whatever it's called. Their winnings to you. Oh boy. Hello, F18 Super Hornet. Welcome, welcome. If you need some time, Skyro, it's okay. Yo, what's up? How you guys doing? Sorry, I just got finished reading some stories. But I read stories every Sunday, so yeah. Yes, Oh, Burger Posting rated the other Burger Posting rated his stream. Thank you, Burger Posting, for reading. Thank you for the like. Your streams are so cozy. Oh, thank you. I promise they're totally always cozy like this. Totally no chaos or gremlin-ish stuff happening ever in any of my streams. But most of my Sunday streams are cozy like this, so yeah. Even the karaoke ones? Well, it depends. Because sometimes I do themed karaoke, and the themed karaoke can kind of go crazy, but can I say a bedtime story? Oh, well, stream is just about to end. I was just letting the winner choose the outro song. The happiest, cutest song of your choosing, Mellow. You can be a cozy gremlin too. Only Caspian isn't very cozy. Yeah, that's true. The happiest song I can think of? Okay, this isn't like very lullaby-like, but let's see. I'm always so late. It's okay, stream about to end. Alright, give me a sec. Oh, okay. Hello, Ida. Welcome, welcome. Oh, hi to you. Thank you so much. Much love, much love. Birds are born with no shackles. Then what fetters my fate? Blown away, the white petals leave me trapped in a cage. The endless isolation can't wear down my illusion. Someday I'll make a dream unchained. Let my heart bravely spread the wings, soaring past the night to chase the bright moonlight. Let the clouds tell me of the stings, gently wipe the sorrow off my life. I dream. What is meant by miracle? A world outside my days. Once again, repeat warbles, but how could I escape? No further hesitation on those unanswered questions. So now I'll make a dream unchained. Let my heart bravely spread the wings, soaring past the night to chase the bright moonlight. Let the clouds tell me of the stings, gently wipe the sorrow off my life. I dream. Let my heart bravely spread the wings, soaring past the night to chase the bright moonlight. Let the clouds tell me of the stings, gently wipe the sorrow off my life. I dream. I dream. I dream. I dream. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, V8, much love. Mwah, mwah. Thank you. Hi guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I do thank you guys for coming. Well, broke, but alright. Clippity clappers. Thank you, Lily. That was beautiful. Oh, thank you, Jamie. And that will be all for me tonight. I do hope to see you again next stream. I'll be posting my schedule sometime tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And I love your voice. Oh, thank you, Lily. I did say I would spam gifts. Oh, thank you. Rah, I miss Mel. Oh, it's okay. You'll see me soon, very soon. But have a good morning or night, and I hope these stories, if aside from all the twists and turns, I hope it was still calming for you all. And I'll see you all next stream. And so, yeah. Much love, guppies. Bye bye. Oh, thank you for the. Thank you. Of course, always. I'm glad you guys enjoyed yourself. Mwah, mwah, much love, and see you later. Bye bye.